Are you ready for some real baby kisses like I just got? I hope so, because if so, you are in the right place, because today we are talking about castor oil to induce your labor. And why, might you ask? Because you're probably sick of being pregnant. And I was you once. In fact, I was you 4 times. I have successfully induced 2 babies with castor oil. I have gone into labor twice, 2 different kids with castor oil successfully. One of the reasons why I want to tell you about taking castor oil now is because I have so many regrets about the first time that I took castor oil. First of all, I took it way too late. When I took it, my daughter was already 10 days past her due date. Not this daughter, my oldest daughter, Oona. And I went into labor and had her the next morning. And I was so upset at myself that I didn't try it like 2 weeks earlier, because she was so far past her due date and she ended up being 9 pounds. And it was just a really hard experience to have my very first baby be a 9-pound home birth baby. So I really regretted not taking castor oil weeks prior, like the first time that my midwife had asked me and told me and suggested to me that I should probably be thinking about it or doing it. Guys, before I get into the video, I wanted to mention I have a link in the description for you guys to get your own free care package from Cabrita. They will actually ship you baby formula. They'll ship you a little snack pack. You'll get some porridge in there, which is so amazing. My kids flipping love it. Their formula is by far the best that I've ever had. I love it for my kids. They both have some sensitivities and they don't do well. They can't have soy. They're soy sensitive. They have some dairy sensitivities, but Cabrita's formula is a perfect blend and they don't have any kinds of issues. It actually cleared up a lot of Chase's skin issues and tummy issues. So guys, check out the description because there is a link in there for your own free box from Cabrita. This is not sponsored, this is just my own opinion. I really like their products, so I hope that you will also enjoy them. So ladies, I want to tell you the best way to go into labor using castor oil, like I said, from my own experiences, but of course, obviously, I am not a medical professional. Every doctor has their own opinion on castor oil. It is somewhat of a controversial topic when it comes to inducing labor. So therefore, because I am not your medical care provider, I want you to ask your doctor or midwife first and just kind of propose the plan that I might tell you in this video to them and see if they agree. Only they know your health background and all of your information. So make sure you are cleared by a medical professional before attempting to take this at home. Let's get into it. So I've induced my labors twice with castor oil, and it was such a great and easy experience. Castor oil is actually made from a bean. It is a castor bean, and what it is it's crushed down into this oil. It's not the most pleasant, I'm going to be honest, and you're supposed to be drinking 2 tablespoons of it. So how it works is castor oil actually cannot be absorbed into the bloodstream, and what it does is it goes straight through your digestive system and it causes extreme digestive chaos. It causes digestion duress. It causes a very bad stomach ache and it causes your bowels to contract in order to clear the castor oil from your system. Because it's not absorbed into the bloodstream, it is not going to be going into the placenta and into the umbilical cord, and therefore it is not going to be transferred to your baby because it's never actually going to be absorbed into your bloodstream. It's just going to cause you digestive issues, and these digestive issues will actually end up causing sympathetic contractions of your uterus, causing you to eventually go into labor. Now, in a lot of cases, some women, if they take it too early, they might experience the onset of labor, but if they go to sleep or several hours pass, they might actually no longer be experiencing contractions, and that just means that your body wasn't quite ready yet. Can you try it again? Yes, absolutely you can. But here is my perfect formula for doing castor oil. So both times that I successfully did it, I had kind of worked my way up into a very good, I really ripened my body through exercise, through rigorous walking, through hiking, but I did that especially very rigorously in the last couple of weeks of my pregnancy in order to put that strain on my body in order to start dilating naturally. I do have a video about that and I will link that in the comments below for you to watch. I took castor oil successfully both times at my due date. Technically with my son Killian, it was the easiest, most successful castor oil story that I have. I actually took it the night before my due date. I had a castor oil pizza party. We had a lot of friends come over and we ate a bunch of pizza, and then I took a shot of the castor oil and I downed it with some white grape juice, ate my pizza, and that was probably at about 7:30 at night, and then I went to sleep. By sometime after, like between 5 and 6 a.m., I knew I was in labor and I went to my birth center, and Killian was born at 8:11 a.m. So a little more than 12 hours after I drank the castor oil, I was holding my newborn baby on his due date, which is freaking awesome. Like, what more could you ask for? So with my daughter Oona, of course, this was where I waited, and she was my very first child, and I was really nervous to try it. And actually, I thought I outsmarted the system by taking the castor oil without any food a few days before I actually did it successfully. I didn't eat, all I did was drink water that day, and absolutely nothing happened at all. Nothing. Castor oil does not work without food. So when you are taking castor oil, what I always recommend is taking it with your dinner. Make sure you have days leading up to this event, make sure that you've pre-planned and been working out and straining your body. And then the day that I knew that I was going to take castor oil, I actually just relaxed. I laid low and I let my body kind of rest and recover. And throughout that day, I made sure that I ate really healthy, nutritious meals leading up to the castor oil pizza party, which obviously isn't very nutritious, but you know, at least my belly was full. You need to make sure that you've consumed enough food. Also, very important, make sure you're well hydrated. You guys need to be drinking plenty of water. But anyway, what I'm trying to tell you is drink some flippin' water. Make sure you're hydrated. It's very important. Also, I really believe that eating a nutritious meal and making sure that you're eating, you know, a very nutritious diet leading up to the last few days of your pregnancy is extremely important, because labor is so flipping intense. They say it's like the equivalent of a woman running a marathon, and if you've ever been in labor, I don't think you're going to dispute that fact. You're going to freaking agree. So I actually like load up with complex carbs. I like eating pastas and oatmeals and really healthy like sandwiches, maybe like avocado toast on some really healthy like whole wheat multi-grain bread. Make sure that you're eating really healthy. Make sure that you've got plenty of fuel in your body, because when you go into labor, if you are going to be giving birth at a hospital, they don't actually let you eat. So the other thing that I really wanted to make sure that I shared this story with you guys is because with my third pregnancy with my son Chase, I actually was induced with Pitocin and Cervidil, and that was a completely failed induction. I was unable to go into labor with Chase. Granted, it was a few weeks before his due date. He had tied a true knot into his umbilical cord, and so they did induce me with Pitocin and Cervidil. I was never able to go into labor with a massive amount of drugs in my body. With all of the Pitocin, my body swelled up so bad, and I actually like had pain in my legs from how swollen they were, and that lasted up to like a month after my surgery. It was really awful, and it made me feel really awful. And the fact that it didn't even work was kind of devastating. So the fact that just a shot glass worth of castor oil was a lot more effective than bags and bags and bags of IV drugs straight into my bloodstream always blows my mind. Now, of course, I did do what I thought was best and listen to my doctor and his orders, but I definitely kind of missed doing it my midwife's way. It definitely seemed a lot more natural, a lot more practical. It was so much easier on my body. I didn't end up with any kind of medical complications, and it was really, really great. Of course, as I keep reiterating, make sure you're doing everything involving your labor and your prenatal care under the guise of a physician or a midwife. Other questions that I get frequently are things like, will taking castor oil dilate you? Yes, absolutely it will. When your uterus starts contracting with those sympathetic contractions, even if you don't ultimately end up going into labor, it will start the dilation process. It will start lowering your baby and getting your body more engaged. Obviously, if you don't go into full-blown labor, you just weren't ready yet, and that's actually not a big deal. The further that you can get through your labor before you actually go into full-blown labor is actually not bad. If you can dilate a few centimeters, that's just a few centimeters less that you're going to have to endure on the day that you actually do give birth. So it's not terribly bad all around. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have questions, as always, please leave them in the comments below, and please check out a playlist that is at the bottom of the screen in the description, because I do have several other videos about castor oil. And if castor oil is not working, I have a video on why it's not working and here's how to make it work. I'll link that in the description as well. As always, thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel to get all of the latest and greatest baby news and updates, and surviving with toddlers, especially me with my almost Irish twins. They're insane and they keep me on my toes. Thank you guys so much. So happy that you are here. Best wishes on your labor and delivery. Lots of love. Bye.